Many of us working as a Python developer have written functions to format numbers, dates, time deltas, file sizes, and so on. Writing these functions can be cumbersome and are error prone. That's why in today's video, I'm going to introduce you to a Python library named Humanize, which can format our data with just one function call. The library has many different functions to format the data, and we need to simply call the right function for our task. So without further ado, let's get started. Right, so as you can see on my screen, I already have started Jupyter Notebook, and at the beginning of the notebook, I have highlighted important sections of this tutorial. So I will be explaining how you can format numbers, dates, time deltas, file sizes, and then some metrics and scientific notification. So first of all, let me import Humanize and print the current version. So you will need to install Humanize, and you can install Humanize by executing pip install and Humanize command. So current version on my system is 4.7.0. So this is the latest version. So in our first section, we will handle numbers. So in order to add comma, so many times we want to add commas after every 3 digits, so which is very common. So we can use a function name int comma for that purpose, and then we can provide the number. So this number is around 12 million. So let's see how it's handling it. Yeah, so as you can see, after every 3 digits, it has added comma, and it can handle also floats. So even though the method name is int comma, it can work with floats as well. And if you want to modify precision, then you can do that using n digits parameter. So I have set it to 2. Let me execute it, and as you can see, it has 12 million and then 0.57. So it rounded this number. So that's how you can add comma to your numbers. Now next, other than comma, you might want to add numbers. So if the number is 12,000, you want to say 12,000, 12 and then 1,000 word, or 12 million, then you want to say 12 and then million words. So let's do that. So for that, function is int word. So let me execute this line of code, and as you can see, this is 1.2 thousand. Same way, let's see what is this one. So this is 1.2 million, and this is 12 billion. So int word you can use when you want the numbers in this format: million, billion, thousands, and so on. So it can do trillions and then quadrillion as well. Same way, there is a function named app number. So if you want number, so if you have 0 to 9 and you want 0 actually written over there, so if for 2 it wrote 2, so let's see, for 3 it wrote 3. So if you want to convert to a number, then you can do that as well. And then there is a one more function which is ordinal. So if you want to convert 1 to first, 2 to second, 3 to third, 11 to 11th, and so on, so you can use this function. As you can see, it converted 1 to first for 11th, okay, then 125th and 122nd, as you can see, and 123rd. If you want to add this suffix, then you can use this ordinal. Okay, so let's move on to next section, and in this section explain how you can format the dates, time deltas, and so on. Now this kind of things are required when you write some application web app and you want to display some time. So if you want to display like some blog was published some times ago, like 5 days ago, 10 days ago. So for those kind of things, you need to humanize dates and times. So first of all, I will humanize date. So I have imported from date, time, time delta, all these functions. So over here, I am simply giving a date to this function named natural date. So it will simply convert it to a date format for us. So January 7, 2022. So you can give this function date, or if you want to, so this is a date time object which I gave. You can also give date object and the results will be same. So that was the date, the whole date, but sometimes you only want day. So for that, there is a function named day. So over here, as you can see, as I gave date of 7 January, it gave Jan 07. Let me give date time dot now, current day. So for that, it will say today, which is good. And let's say date time dot now minus time delta days of 1, so yesterday. So for that, it will say yesterday. And let me subtract 2 days from current day. So then it will say July 3. Let's see what happens if I add 1 day to current day. And yeah, for that it says tomorrow, which is nice. So if you want this kind of functionality, then you can do that as well. So next, let's handle times. Let's see how it shows time. So the function for that is natural time. And as I have given date time dot now, let's see what time it gives. So it's saying now, so it's good. And let's say I give the 1st January of this year, and what it's giving. So it's saying 6 months ago. So 1st January was 6 months ago. This is July going on. So that's a 6 months ago date. And let's say I give time delta of 555. So this is 5 hours, 5 minutes, and 5 seconds. So, oh, sorry, 5 days ago. First is day, yeah, and then hour. Same way, we can give date time dot now minus time delta of 5 days. So 5 days ago, this one will be same as above one, which is 5 days ago. We can also subtract hours. So this one is 5 hours ago. And from current, if I subtract 60 seconds, then it says a minute ago. And for 30 seconds, it will say 30 seconds ago. If you want to display like when the blog was published, so it was published 6 months ago. So you can use this functionality for that. So next is time delta. So the previous one was like how much it was far in the time. But if you want to say exact time, so how many days, how many hours, then you can use this function natural delta. As you can see, as I give days equal to 5, it says 5 days. If I give 5 days and 5 hours, then it says 5 days only, because it's rounding up. And if you want precise time delta, so you can use this function name precise delta. And in this case, if I give days equal to 5 and hours equal to 5, it will say 5 days and 5 hours. So let's give one more example where I am giving minutes as well. So now it's saying that 5 days, 5 hours, and 10 minutes. Is nice. So let's give milliseconds as well. And yeah, now it's saying 5 days, 5 hours, 10 minutes, and 0.3 seconds. So it converted milliseconds to seconds. And yeah, let's give one more example where I'm giving time delta seconds equal to 1001. So in that case, it says 60 minutes and 41 seconds. So it converted those seconds to minutes, seconds. So yeah, this can be useful as well. So let's move on to next section. So in this section, I will explain you how you can work with the file sizes. So you might have some file size and you want to convert it like how many bytes, megabytes, kilobytes, terabytes, and so on. So for that, the function name is natural size. So if I give 5 to this function, let's see what it gives output. So it says 5 bytes. And let's say I give 500 bytes, then 500 bytes. But let's say I give 1500 bytes. So now it's saying 1.5 KB. So it converted it to kilobytes. And let's say I give one more number. So this is 15 MB. Then there is a GB one as well. There will be around 9 zeros, I guess. Yeah, for terabytes. And there is a argument named binary, which you can set to true. So if you have noticed above, the base is 10 raised to 3 or above. If you want 2 raised to 10 base, because 1024 bytes is 1 kilobytes. So if you want that base, then you can give the number and you can set binary to true. And in that case, this number is 13.6 terabyte, where base with 10 raised to 3 base, this was 15 terabytes. So if you want exact terabyte, then you can set binary to true. And then you can set GNU to true. If you want in GNU like format, Linux like format, like 13.6T for terabyte. Let's say I remove 3 zeros, then 14 gigabytes, and let me add those zeros again, and 13.6 terabytes. So if you want GNU like format, then you can set this the GNU to true. So let's move on to next section. So in next section, I have introduced a function named metric. So if you have some kind of metric, let's say wattages or voltages and so on. So, and you want to convert the numbers into that unit, like how many kilowatts, how many megawatts, and so on. So you can use this metric function. So over here, I am giving the number and the unit parameter is set to W for wattages. So let's execute it. As you can see, it's converting it to 12 megawatts. So that's what you can do. Let's give voltages V. You can give any string over here. It will use any string, but I want to use W for wattage. Same you can do for voltage. So it will convert to megawatts. And you can use small numbers as well. So I'm giving 12 e raised to negative 10. So this is a nano voltage, 1.2 nanovolt. Let me give 10 raised to, so e raised to minus 6 is micro voltage. I can also give negative 6 and precision. So 4 digits precision. As you can get 12.46 microwatt. And let me give minus 3. So it's a milliwatt volt. Yeah, so you can use this function metric. If you have some kind of metric which you want to handle, then you can use metric. And let's move on to next section. So in this section, I introduce a function named scientific. So if you want the numbers in scientific format, so in scientific format, each numbers are converted to like 0.3 is like 3 into 10 is to minus 1 and so on. If you want scientific format, then the function name is scientific. You can simply give the number to it, and as you can see, 3.0 into 10 is to minus 1. Same way, this is 2.0 into 10 is to 5, so 20,000. And not 20,000, 200,000. Same way, if you give very small number, then it's a 5.0 into 10 is to minus 5. If you want to have a scientific notation, then you can use this function scientific. So let's move on to next section. So this is the human readable floats. So if you have floats and you want fractionals, so like 0.5 is 1/2 and you want to see 1/2 over there, so you can use this function named fractional. Let me execute it, and as you can see, it's 1/2. Same way, 0.75 will be 3/4. Let's see, yeah, it's 3/4. 0.25 will be 1/4. 1.25 will be 1 and 1/4. 1 and then 1/4. Let's see what's 0.33. Yeah, that's 33 by 100. So yeah, if you want fractionals like this from your floats, then you can use fractional. All right, so that's it for today's tutorial. In today's tutorial, I explain you how you can format numbers, dates, time deltas, and so on using Python library Humanize. If you have any doubts or any question, then please feel free to let me know in the comment section. If you liked our video, then give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel for more such videos, and see you next time.